What is good, family? This is going to be my first ever podcast recording, so I feel like this is a fat milestone. I'm really glad I'm starting to take this opportunity in life to start this because it's always been one true goal of mine to start a podcast. And to me, I'm really doing this for my future self to come back and just listen to when I'm older. I look at one of these like a situation where you're like, when you're old and you be like, oh, I wish I would have did that when I was younger. I don't want to miss this opportunity, so that's how I'm thinking about this. This is gonna be one of those things I wish I would have did, so I'm just doing it. Also, I feel like I have a one of a kind perception of life. Like my mindset and everything is very differently from many other people. So I would like to be talking about a whole lot of topics like during this journey, and I want to try to get at least a podcast in a week. You know, if I start getting a big fan base, I'll like let y'all send in topics and like we could get it popping and get it talking. But tonight, I really want to talk about this fat topic. You know, my podcast is only going to be like around like 30 to 20 minutes. Unless I have a special guest sometimes. Then we could probably hit the hour mark. But until then, I'll be soloing this. Just talking about topics that I already got lined up for myself that I really feel like I should give my opinion on for. And somebody in the world is going to care about my opinion and really enjoy it. That's what I feel like. So this week's topic is why you shouldn't take life so serious and how to just have fun. Now, while diving into this topic, I want to talk about how I've used this quote to have a very fun life. Now, I always like to go back to my high school years because that's when I really started branching out in life and I really started learning like real life lessons, and that's where most of my growing started. Because you know, you're going through high school year from freshman to senior year, and then you really go to the adult world. I've been learning so much over the process from my senior graduation until now, and it's been like 2 years ever since that, and the growth has been amazing. So I'm going to give out a little breakdown on how I've used this to have a very fun life. Now, you know, when you get to high school for the first time and your parents are like, these are the most important 4 years of your life is going to determine your future, take it seriously. This is just an example of how I use this in my benefit to have a very fun life. Instead of looking at high school like that from that point of view, I looked at it like this is my last free fun 4 years, so I might as well make the most of it and live life to the fullest. So my grades was not bad. Like I was on an honor list for like my graduation, so I did not have poor grades, but I did not care about school like that. You know, like a whole lot of people are so stressed out just from our school system, which I think that we really need to change. I'm gonna have a topic on the school system one day, but I feel like this whole school system is meant for you to stress out about life and take it so serious and feel like you always got to achieve something. And that's not really the point. The point is just to live this experience and have fun while you're doing it. So during high school, I never stressed out about a test. I didn't take school that serious. Like I was just there having fun for the most part. And that's how I looked at every single situation in my life. You know, they got some people that take some things serious as hell. Like for example, like you playing pickup basketball, one person will be taking that shit so serious, he'll let it go to his mental, and that could like ruin his whole day. Or like playing a video game, y'all know them rage quitters, they take it so serious where it could just ruin their whole day. I don't look at anything like that. I'm not worried about anything, and nothing like that stresses me out that much where I have to push it overboard. So I just look at everything from like a childlike perspective, and I think that's the best way to look at things in this life. Like everything is fun, everything is funny to me. I don't really take things to heart like what people say. I laugh at everything most of the time. Like, why take this life so serious, bro? Like, just have fun. And the next little topic I want to get into about this main topic is the fact that we truly only live once. So instead of like following a dream that your parents or somebody laid out for you, if it's not right for you, if you're not having fun with it, leave it. Like, why be in a shitty situation when you don't have to be, is how I look at things. Like, if I know I'm only gonna experience this life that I'm in right now one time, I'm making the most of it while I can. Like, I want to have fun. I want to go do this. I want to jump out a plane, skydive. Bruh, my dad just walked in right on me. So you can see we still have a long road to go. When I'm living by myself, I would love to be doing more of these. But yeah, back on topic. Like, yes, I want to jump off, skydive. Like, I want to do that shit. I want to go to Africa, see every single animal from my own experience, because I want to make the most of this life experience. I don't want to be 80 years old and dying and be like, man, there's so many things I missed out on in life that I wish I could have did. That's how most people are going to be, because they take everything so serious. Free yourself from this rat race and realize that you only live once. So you got to make the most of this experience while you are here. And the next thing I want to talk about is how we've been conditioned to take everything seriously in the first place. During the beginnings of school, you are taught to learn everything in a quote-unquote right way. You're supposed to achieve this goal or you're going to be known as a failure. And one of our worst nightmares as a kid, I can say this for everybody, is being known as that kid that couldn't pass the test or the assignment or that has F's. Nobody wanted to be that person. So we got triggered with our fear to try to be the best at everything we do and to take it seriously. Like, I know some kids that are scared to even get a C on the test. Some kids scared to even get a B on a test. Like, you're being conditioned by fear to want to pass that test, a test that you really don't even care about. It's like, it almost feels like torture. And then when you graduate this poor school system, you move on to college, where you gotta have a job and pay off this student debt if you have it, or if you're lucky enough, you gotta have a job. Plus, mixed in with college work and trying to find out your whole life at the young age of 19 and 20 and all that. And I honestly don't believe, I believe it's hard for somebody to figure out their life purpose and what they want to do in life at that young of an age. Like, it's just, this world forces us to grow up so fast that we are trained from as little as kindergarten that we need to take life seriously and achieve everything, achieve this imaginary American dream, what they call it. Like, your parents condition you to take stuff serious because they was conditioned to take stuff serious. So it's kind of like a freaking rat race. It's kind of like a generational curse that's been passed down to so many people. Like, you have to do this or you're going to be a failure in life. And it's that fear of failing that makes people take life serious to the brink to where they lose themselves in this life experience. And you're never supposed to lose yourself. And on to the next topic. I know y'all probably listening to this like, oh my god, how can you act like you don't take life serious and still have fun? Like, it sounds like a lazy person's point of view. Like, I don't care about nothing, like, I'ma just do me and have fun. But really, this is where the important step comes in, is self-discipline. Having self-discipline when you're having a point of view of life like this is very important, because I don't care about a lot of things. Like, certain things don't take me over the brink and like make me like stress about them, but when there's things that need to be done to better myself or to just better the situation, I would do those things because I'm very self-disciplined. And having self-discipline about yourself is very important. For example, this is a serious topic. For those people that are like hooked on like substances, stuff to escape reality, when it's time to crack down and better yourself, those people are not going to be able to do it because they don't have the right amount of self-discipline to check themselves. One beautiful trait to learn is how to check yourself. When you're in a wrong, you got to learn how to be wrong, because we are so conditioned to being right, we don't know how to be wrong. And to take your L's like a real person and learn from them, and don't pout about them and get sad about them or get angry about them, that's a big step to take. And that's where self-discipline plays a big role, because to be able to sit yourself down in your head and tell yourself your rights are wrong and how you're going to correct them and strive to meet that goal, that's a perfect step in like having a fun and enjoyable life, because you're progressing and learning through life. And on this last topic that we're going to talk about is going to be how to make the most of every moment. Now, whenever I'm in like a fun environment, like one of those moments in life where like everything is just going good, everybody's having a good time, this was me, I don't know if anybody else experienced life like this, but every time I was in those moments, I would just sit back and I'd be like, damn, I'm so grateful to be here right now experiencing this. Like, I want to live in this moment forever because it's going so good. And that's how you make the most of every single moment. You enjoy, you find gratitude in the moment. You live out in the present moment fully so you can feel and experience everything that's there, because that's where your emotions lie at. When you think of past memories in your head, is how you felt during those memories that mainly driven you to think about that moment. So when you're trying to live in every single moment and make the most of everything, just take your conscious breaths, show some gratitude to the universe for putting you in that moment, and just live it out to the fullest. And I love that quote from The Office where I forgot my dude, I think his name was Andy, and he said, I wish there was a sign that told you that these were the good days before you knew it. Because you know how everybody says like, man, back in the good old days, we used to do blah, 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 and blah. Realizing that the good old days is forever, you can have so many good old days. You can create these amazing memories just by being fully in a moment. And when you're fully in a moment, you'll know when a moment is so special. But every day that you live is special, honestly, because look at us, bro. We're powerful beings living on Earth, in the middle of fucking space. We're on a rock floating in space, bro, surrounded by planets. And most of the shit that people think they know, they don't really know. So it's like, why should you take this life so seriously? Like, fuck it, create your own theories, have fun, live by your own rules. If you want to go, look, this is a sign for anybody to listen to. If you're thinking about if you need to do it or not do it, I'm saying do it. Don't ask why, ask why not. I'm out. Y'all have a great night.